I got some things to get off my chest. It's like a series of things I want to talk about just because I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of um, my old college classmates, friends, acquaintances. They like all the topics have been the same, and I want to talk to you about a lot of them. But this first one, I want to focus on like the major thing that's been coming up amongst all the conversations and causing a bit of a heated discussion, if you will, and that is student loans. Being that I am a recent graduate, I'm 22 years old, and I graduated from a university that I'm not gonna name. Whatever it is, what it is. I got something from it, paid a lot for it, still trying to pay for it, and it seems to me like the trade-off wasn't quite accurate. Somewhere along the line, the calculations were, they were a bit off. And I wish someone had warned me. So that's why I'm here to make this little video, whatever you call it. And if you're bored, you can keep watching it because it's what I'm going to be talking about. And I just want to say that universities, educational organizations, y'all a bunch of liars. You lie. You just lie. You just lie, lie, lie. Plain bold-faced lies. I'm a big advocate of education. Do not get me wrong. I am, definitely. But I do have to say a big but. I do feel that, the population in this United States of our America is being lied to in terms of, what you're getting when you're paying top notch. Because when you're going to a college or university, as many of you who have applied or been through that whole experience will know, you're paying top dollars. You're putting out a lot of money. You're putting out on the faith that when you graduate, you're going to be getting a top-notch job. You're going to be getting a top-notch, experience, a top-notch paycheck, all of that. You think you're going to get a lot of things. And the whole reality of the truth of it is you're not really getting as much as you set out for or you bargained for. And I think that, a lot of people need to be aware of it because they just don't realize that the economy that we're in now is based on a lot of shady principles. If you look at the numbers, there are a lot of statistics out there, and looking at them, you might feel a little hopeful, like, oh well, look, the unemployment rate, it's it's getting lower. Where the economy, we're just booming. This is America, land of the free. Get the jobs. Unfortunately, that's not the case. If you look at it, and we did a couple studies, and we talked about it a couple times, and we come to realize that when you're looking at a statistic for something like the unemployment rate, what you're seeing is a list of people that are working. However, you're not looking at the complete detailed list of the people who are underqualified, and that's wrong because like you're gonna look at that and you're gonna think that there's a chance and that jobs or employers are hiring and really are not. They're not. Maybe at Wendy's, but personally, I think that Wendy's is always gonna need someone to flip a burger. They're gonna need someone to fry the fries in the hot grease. They're gonna need those people. So I don't think that Wendy's is a fair thing to put on a list for somebody who has actually went and fought 4 years. Let me show you something. 4 years I have slaved. I have stayed up night after night to get a little piece of something. Look what it looks like. This, yeah, just a little piece of paper. And you know what? Nobody cares. Let me just take a second to open your eyes. People, when you go and you're so proudly walking across that stage and you're like, yes, I finally have accomplished what I've been setting out to do and paying for. Nobody cares. Nope. I've been on a lot of interviews. Let me tell you, a lot. And not one person has asked me, what was your GPA in college? Were you on the National Honor Society? I worked hard on a lot of these things. And it's funny because you know what? Nobody really gives 2 cents. Nobody really cares what you did in college. I'm not saying that nobody. I'm saying from what I have experienced and what my friends have experienced. I don't want to make this like everybody's going through it, but the majority of the people that I speak to and people that they speak to, they're going through the same things that I'm telling you right now. So I just want to give people a shout out because if you're going through the process of applying to jobs, still do it. But if I could do it over, I would have probably I would have went to like a small university. I would have probably paid as I went, little and little, instead of being in the fact that let me tell you, I have a lot of student loans right now, and my mom was a big help in like helping me she has took some out of her name, but all of our loans are in forbearance right now. So I am working. Yes, am I working in the profession that I went to school for? No. It's like a little contracted position. It's like a means to an end, basically. So I'm trying to tell you that I graduated in May of 2010. It is now January going on February, and I'm still looking for what I want to do, what I paid top-notch dollars for. That's the point of this post. So I still have to say that, I really do feel like universities are shady. All these statistics that you're reading, don't buy into it. Because, as soon as you graduate, you're going to get these calls, you're going to get letters saying, hey, are you working? And if you say yes, I'm working. You could be working at Hooters down the street on 42nd Street. And then they'll be like, oh, this amount of people who graduated from our university, they're, working and they're getting jobs. Really? Because last time I checked, working at the record store doesn't really mean that you're going to be able to pay off of your loans. Because guess what? You're going to get letter after letter telling you, oh, you need to pay. Interest rising. How are you going to pay for something that you cannot find work in? That's my point. And that's all I'm saying is that, at the end of the day, this is a great country to live in. But why is education so expensive? Why is it that, if you want to be able to better yourself, and get the knowledge that you're paying for, that you end up being in a situation that doesn't seem too fair to me. So that's just what I want to know. I want to definitely talk a lot more about the fact that we have to pay all these student loans, and I want to know what everybody else is going through. If it's just me that's just feeling the way that I'm feeling, I just feel like it's a cycle, and nobody's talking about it because everybody's just like, go to college, get an education, get a degree. Why? Well, I got to do all of that because at the end of the day, what is that really doing for me? Maybe in a month or so, not a month, maybe a year or so, I'll see the benefit of why I went to school. I don't want to say, hopefully I'll be able to say, you know what? I got this degree and it really meant something to me. It really did something for my life that I couldn't have done without obtaining it. But I just think that I definitely want to know. So if you guys could send me comments of your experiences, or just keep the conversation going so that other people know what's going on. And this is the current state of things. This is my life right now. I'm trying to pay rent, survive, put some meat on my bones, and and find the job of my dreams. Aren't we all looking for the job of our dreams? But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get there. And I definitely want to keep you guys posted along the way. So I'm gonna try to keep up and send a couple more of these out, and get some great feedback, hopefully. Yeah, so until next time.